Hey everybody, Tanya from ShootingStarSVG back, and today I'm going to talk to y'all about how to sublimate on white clear acrylic. So this is special sublimation acrylic. So we're going to be talking about two different brands today. I'm going to show you what I purchased and we'll go from there. You can see here on Johnson Plastics Plus, I have purchased the sublimation cast acrylic, which is 11 by 8 by 11 by 8 white. And they also now have the Unisub sublimation cast acrylic white. And I'm going to show y'all what I did here. This is the first time I've used this. And definitely learned a few things. Definitely have some things I need to tweak to make a final decision, but I'll let you know which ones I like and which ones I don't like. So with all that being said, I'm gonna go back to my workstation over there, show you what I'm doing on the laser, how I am sublimating this stuff, all of my settings, and the results. So stay tuned for that. We'll catch you over there. Okay, so you can see the type of acrylic that I ordered here. This is the non-Unisub, the 11 by 8 by 11 by 8. The only thing I didn't like about this is you can see these little bubbles on the side. So basically that 1/4 inch is not going to be usable for anything for me in the future, which may be okay, but really that's kind of irritating. You can see the plastic on there and it looks pretty good. And then this is the Unisub acrylic, no issues with any of the material that is currently on there. So I thought that was good. This is the pattern that we're going to be utilizing to sublimate on. So it looks dull, but it'll be brighten up once we press it, and that's pretty typical. Here I am cutting on my CO2 laser, and this is showing the Unisub. I usually do 2 passes for clear acrylic. I thought that would be enough, but for this it wasn't. I actually had to do 3 on both of the sheets, and I was utilizing a Thunder Nova 3580 for that. You can see the differences in the material on both. The Unisub is a clear, bright white, where the other one is kind of duller. And you'll see this when I put it on the paper. You can actually see the pattern through the non-name brand versus the name brand. So I thought that was kind of interesting. And here are my heat press settings. I have it at 360 degrees for 60 seconds, and it's going to be at just a basic medium pressure. I have some blowout paper here at the bottom, and I'm just going to go ahead and tape this down, which I already have done, so it will stay put and doesn't move, and go ahead and put that face down on the platen. I'm also going to put another piece of blowout paper on top of that, and you can see me doing that there. And I'm going to put my Teflon sheet on top just for an extra layer of protection. I'm going to go ahead and push that in. You can actually see that I had my pressure set up for 1/16 inch acrylic. That was the last time I pressed, so it was way too much pressure. So I'm going to go ahead and back that down a little bit to just make sure you don't do what I did and get your pressure situated maybe before you heat up. I'm going to go ahead and put that down and let that run. So that's going to go ahead and run, and now that it's ready, I'm going to go ahead and pull out my platen. And I have a stack of plywood that I'm just going to place on top. And this ensures that the acrylic does not warp while it is cooling down. A lot of people ask how long I let it cool down for. Generally, I just walk away from it and do some other things and come back. So we'll go ahead and let that sit. Now that that's ready, I'm going to go ahead and take that wood off. I ended up putting my Teflon back on there because I didn't have a lot of space available on my table. And once the wood comes off, we can go ahead and show our design. And this is where I was really surprised, and you'll see why in a minute at the end here, because I really expected the Unisub to be a lot better than the other one. And you can tell right as I'm peeling it off that it's just not as bright as the other. And you'll notice that you're not seeing that dull print after pulling off from the ink adhesion. So I was like, what is going on here? And okay, so fun fact, I learned something while I was talking to my daughter, and I was like, well, maybe I didn't peel off another layer of plastic on the Unisub. So that was the trick. There was another layer of plastic on the Unisub. I'm going to show you a second set on a different type of paper so you can actually see a good compare contrast. Okay, so now that I have this fixed, you can see that I have the non-name brand and the Unisub on this floral paper. Again, this will be a lot brighter when we press it. We use the same settings, everything else. So I'm going to go ahead and peel this off now that that has run, and we have that piece of plastic off that was bothering us before. So here you can see that this is the Unisub and the non-Unisub being pulled off. This is the non-name brand on my left, and on the right is the Unisub. So the non-name brand and the Unisub. Can you tell the difference? Because I couldn't really tell the difference when I went through this, but that's okay. Now you can see the difference again on these two with the clarity. They're both very similar. The edges, again, look clean on both of them. And so really it's just going to boil down to personal preference on what you prefer for your sublimation products and what your price point is comfortable with, and as well as sheet size. Okay, so fixed the comparison and you can see the difference between the two in the video. They're both very comparable, and I went ahead and did the math. You can see that the non-name brand, which is $9.95 for 11.8 by 11.8 inches, is it's 7 cents, and the Unisub is about 9 cents. So I think it really just depends on if you want a bigger sheet or not. They both sub great. There was a little bit of material issues with the non-name brand, but I did notice once I peeled the plastic off of the Unisub, I also had some peeling on the edges as well. So either way, you're going to get a little bit of peeling. It's really just personal preference. Do you want the smaller 12 by 12 sheet, or do you want bigger sheet capability? Entirely up to you. Both of them are great products. They both gave the same level of clarity. So again, it's really just your choice. If y'all enjoyed this video, please go ahead and do a like and comment. That definitely helps the algo for me. And if there's anything else that you're looking for, whether it's laser world or heat press or whatever it is, drop a comment in the comments box below and let me know. And I will catch y'all on the next video. I hope everybody has a great Mother's Day. ShootingStarSVG, signing out.